Hey, I'm Steph from the Canadian Schoolhouse, and I am here to share with you little writing tips. And this whole month of April is our creative writing roundup. And that is our fun little event that we have where we share lots of writing tips so we've got lots of articles with writing tips. We got lots of writing tips because we're homeschool moms, and we have that tried and true experience. And as I've kind of say, especially for this one, because this one I'm going to focus on how to encourage your reluctant writers. And I definitely have a couple reluctant writers. I love to write. And my offspring does not love to write at all. My two boys are not really strong writers. Now, they actually have great ideas, they have a great imagination, but the actual writing is hard. So I need to come up with ways to convince them to write. So one of the things now, if we've got a title somewhere and you saw that, like, how did the Twinkie get its bad rap? So one of the things we have for you is writing prompts. So on schoolhouseteachers.com, we have a chorus called writing on this day in history. And I'm going to show you one of the little pages here. So every month, so there's 365 days. And on every day, there's usually 3 or 4 prompts, maybe sometimes 5. Yeah, 5 once in a while. So 5 different prompts. So they're getting a little history learning, a little research. And so I thought, I'm just going to pick one from this April 6th day. And I'm going to go quick and just tell you a few of these prompts just for April 6th. So on this day in 1199, Richard the Lion-Hearted King of England was slain in France. And then there's a little prompt there on what to write about. On this day in 1520, Italian Renaissance painter Raphael died in Rome on his 37th birthday. For what is he known? Again, there's just a little bit more on that for the actual to direct your kids in the writing prompt there. On this day in 1909, Robert E. Peary and Matthew A. Henson became the first men to reach the North Pole. How did this happen? And just a little bit more on what they can actually focus their writing on. And this one that I kind of liked, and I'll tell you why in a minute. On this day in 1930, Hostess invented the Twinkie. Have you ever had a Twinkie? If not, why not? Find out why Twinkies get a bad rap. Do they deserve it? Yeah, they do. How do they compare with other Hostess snacks? Okay, so I didn't completely research everything. I should have had one of my boys research this, and they could have came on and maybe even showed their writing. That would have been really good planning on my part. However, I just wanted to do this little prompt. So I just did a little bit of research myself, right? Just like, why does the Twinkie have a bad rap? And in that, I was able to find all kinds of neat articles. And if you look on the event page for this video, you're going to see a post I made where I just shared a little bit of my research on how the Twinkie got a bad rap. And it's actually the rise and fall of the Twinkie. Did you know that the Twinkie was almost completely out of production not too long ago? I think it got back into production 2013, if I remember my dates right. And that when the Twinkie was first made, so when it first debuted in 1930, it was actually banana cream filled, and it was real banana and real cream. And then in the article I read, the description is that after the war, so was that 1930, so World War II probably, right? So after the war, and bananas were not easily accessible, so Hostess changed to this vanilla cream filling, and then it stuck. And now they come out with limited time flavors and all that throughout the years, because that's a long, we're talking, so 30, 70, 80, 90 years. Oh my goodness, like they're getting close to 100 years of Twinkies. And I probably don't need to tell you too much why Twinkies maybe got the bad rap. They're really highly processed, very filled with sugar and low nutritional value. but they had a real rise in fame because they were great little popular snacks for kids' lunches and snacks for everybody. Nice marketing campaign that goes along with little snack foods like that. So one of these ways though, so that's my little research I got. And you just think how you could encourage your kids maybe on this quirky little topic, because that is the way to do it. Encourage your kids not to write on something that interests me, for instance. So I really try to look at those things that are going to interest my boys. And sometimes I just come up with quirky little topics. Like my boys have never had a Twinkie that I bought for them. I'm pretty sure they never have. I did ask them about it before, and I forget if they've had a Twinkie or not. But I've never bought Twinkies. I am a little guilty of buying some, bad processed snacky foods, and more so in the past than now, but every once in a while, in moderation, you try out these kind of treats like this. And one of the things that I would do as a parent is get my boys then to write on this prompt, and write more of like an opinion piece. So on persuasive writing. So we've got an article, and Christine is in the background. She's going to pop that link in there to an article we just recently published. Actually, Christine wrote it too. So creative writing, how to write historical fiction. So in there is a great long list of all the different styles of writing. Well, maybe not even all of them, but a really good list. So I'm actually just going to pop over and I'm just going to read it right from the article here. So persuasive writing, this style of writing is used when writers want to express an opinion in a way to convince the reader to share their opinion. It requires some convincing words to make their opinion stand out while giving solid evidence to back up their theories. There are many options for your children to use this style in historical writing, especially when it comes to controversial views on happenings in the past. So this could be one such view. Do your kids like Twinkies? Do they like even those kinds of snack foods? So it doesn't even have to be just about Twinkies, right? You could get them to write, like, what is their favorite things, whether it be about foods or whether it be about anything. What is their favorite things, and encourage them to go down that list, and you can get them to write topics on all the different types of writing. So check out that article, see the different types of writing, encourage your reluctant writer with their interest, their favorite things, and then just throw in some of these quirky subjects. And we do have, so you need to go over to the Creative Writing Roundup page, and you can pop that link in there, Christine, just to go over to that page and sign up for that. And with that, you're going to get an array of, so you're going to get a few emails, just like 5 out of the month. They're going to come out every Thursday. You're going to get an email right to begin with, just welcoming you to the Creative Writing Roundup. And what we're doing along with this, writing these tips out, is so what we're doing with sharing these tips, rather, sorry, I lost my train of thought, is also that we are collecting writing submissions. So we're going to publish a book, all stories written by homeschoolers, and the theme is historical fiction. Actually, it's not, it's stories of the past. So you can see all the details there on that Creative Writing Roundup page, and you can be able to get the email. So just put in your info, get the email, and get all of the details for what you need to do for submission. And at the end of, so the submission time will cut off at the end of April, and then we will have a book. We're going to put that together. We're going to have it in an ebook style, and all these stories collected together, just a bunch of short stories, whether they're fiction, factual, poetry, all different kinds of writing. So join us every Thursday. So every Thursday this April, and we're going to be here for a live, just these quick little live streams. Of course, you can always watch the video at any time and get these great writing tips. Thanks for watching.